G'day guys, Duckville here. We are going to have a look this time at another match from the SCOceania.com 2s tournament from the weekend, and we're going to be having a look at this game here on Metalopolis. And the two teams competing in this particular match are going to be Team Shuttlegoon featuring Big Boys, which consists of Purple Terran here, Voices, and also consists of the well-known community favourite Dell as the Zerg down here. And on the other team, named Stompers, we have the Red Terran Happyfrog and the Green Terran Snookerfly. So for all of you Terran lovers, this is going to be a pretty heavy Terran map with, you know, siege tanks, reapers all over the place. We're probably going to see walls across the middle of the map, all sorts of that junk. But hopefully from Dell we'll see some fun stuff with the Zerg units. So as we can see, we've got you know, decent positioning for, especially for the Terrans, you would think, given that if twos would ever progress into the mid game, you would probably see some sorts of tank lines across the middle here, probably going up to cover the gold, while they keep the all these back exposed to themselves with no trouble. But obviously in twos, you know, we generally sort of expect sort of medium length games, maybe 15 to 20 minutes, but we'll see how we go in this particular matchup. As we can see, we've got Snookerfly with the scouting out into Voice's base, and Voice is doing the exact same thing to him. Dell, meanwhile, has moved across an Overlord to see what is happening over here in Happyfrog's base. As you can probably see, we don't have too much going on. Standard sort of build, in fact, pretty standard from all of the players, with the exception of Voices. Voices have grabbed the second racks pretty quickly here, and maybe going to put some early marine pressure on. We'll just have to see how he goes with that. No sort of wall, of course, because against two Terrans, you know, they're not going to do anything at all. Dell with a lovely shout out to Penis here. As we all know, Dell is a big fan. We've got still waiting on the orbital command here from Snookerfly. He's a bit behind. There we go. It's coming out now. Voices has chucked down a supply depot for, not really sure what the reasoning is behind that, but it is going to cause a bit of distress here at the front of Snookerfly's base. He's going to panic and have no idea what to do, but he decides to just shoot it down. It's a smart thing. Meanwhile, Voice is grabbing some Marines that are pushing out here. He's going to grab the Xel'Naga Watchtower to cover this area here, and then he's got a few Marines out. He's actually got 4 Marines out, which is going to be an interesting little force to see what he does. Obviously, he probably won't get too much done, given that Snookerfly has walled off, and he's got his own couple of Marines here now, and so does Happyfrog. Essentially, Happyfrog and Snookerfly doing the same sorts of builds, although we do see Happyfrog grabbing 2 extra racks here. I suppose Snookerfly does have that as well. In fact, as I said before, they're doing pretty much the exact same thing. What is our good friend Dell doing? He has a Baneling nest. He's got some Zealots out. Zealots? He could be getting Zealots, but I prefer to call them Zerglings. Zerglings over here running across. He's going to see if he can help augment the forces of Voices across at Snookerfly's base. But as we can see, we've got a wall there. He's probably going to be grabbing some Banelings. As we can see, he's got a couple out here. He's got a whole bunch of Zerglings coming up as well, and we're going to see probably a little Baneling bust, perhaps, just to soften up this wall. And we may see a little bit of these Zergling penetration in there, but we'll see how we go. Voice is coming across with his Marines just to check out what's going on, making sure there's nothing sus going on here. Happyfrog with his 3 racks beginning to tech up. He's grabbed, he's got his 2 tech labs, and he's got 1 reactor here, although he is a bit supply blocked, so he's going to be waiting here to actually get some forces out. Meanwhile, Voices is going to push up with some Marines, and he's probably going to just wait for these Banelings to come across. Dell actually sending in the Zerglings first. Not the best idea. He's probably just scouting out what's going on. The Banelings come up. Banelings against the bunker. Against the rack, so he takes out both of the actual supply depots that were here and puts the barracks on red. Marines are attempting to clean up here, but there's still this one Marauder and the one Marine defending, but they are not going to get anything done. The Marines are in. They are going to cause some havoc here on these SCVs. Hopefully the SCVs can come across and lay the smack down themselves. And Happyfrog comes across to defend his teammate. So a nice little early attack there from Team Shuttlegoon featuring Big Boys. They have, yeah, busted down the supply depot. So at the moment, Snooker is actually supply blocked. So we're just going to wait for him to build up a couple of supply depots and catch back up. This has, the big benefit here of this attack was that it actually allowed Del to grab the natural, which isn't always the safest way to progress, like with a Zerg player in 2s, especially because it can be just really hard to actually defend that natural if you're by yourself. As we can see here, he's got some Lings out that are actually going to run by the Marauders and Marines that are coming across to his natural, and they are just going to walk in, and they are probably, from what I can see, going to take out the natural hatchery. As I said, it's a little bit risky to move up and take that, but it looks like, yeah, they're both coming across. Both the players are actually going to come across and try and fend this off, but he is going to lose. He's lost a couple of drones there, and obviously for some reason they did decide to keep the hatchery up. I'm not sure exactly what Happyfrog was thinking there, but left the hatchery going. Not sure what that was all about. But now we are going to go see, looks like another attempted counterattack from Snookerfly down against Voice's base, but obviously he has a lot of forces here which are going to protect that. He's going to run back, given that he has pretty much just nothing there. He's got two Marauders and a couple of Marines. He's got some more going up in his base though, so not really seeing too much tech here. We do have a starport with reactor going up here for Happyfrog. He's got 2 medevacs coming out. It looks like he's going to try and do a drop here, but sort of depends which way he's going to go, because Del does have this Overlord down here, but it is a little bit out of position perhaps, but looks like these medevacs are going to come across. This is all going on whilst Voices is actually pushing in to Snooker's base, and we're seeing a drop in the back of Del's base. Happyfrog's using his stim. He does have shields on the Marines, so they are going to take out the defenses there, and the drones will run away. Meanwhile, up here at Snooker's base, he is getting attacked by all these forces from Voices. Nice little micro here from Voices. He's moving these Marauders around, nice little bit of micro there, and he is going to keep them alive. But Del is probably going to lose. Yeah, looks like he's going to lose the lair here, which is going to put him back a lot, especially given that he's now just sitting here a bit oversaturated at this base. But they have actually done a lot of damage against Snookerfly here. He's probably going to lose this rack. See you later. And the Marines and Marauders are going to come around and actually try and cause some damage on the floating buildings. And it looks like, what do we got? We got, we've got the Snookerfly goes, wow, I choboed that. Voices is in a bit of a commanding position here. He does have a lot of forces out. He's got 16 Marauders, 18 Marines. Meanwhile, yeah, Snooker is just in big trouble. He has nothing here. He's going to lose all of this. Factory's attempting to float away, but as we can see, there is nothing over here that he can land on, apart from this building here with the Marine with an eye gun, eye pistol, sorry. And he's going to try and float around with this command center and try and find a safe spot to land, but there isn't really too much going around, as Del has a couple of Banelings hiding out here. I'm not sure if he's waiting for the command center or if he's waiting to counter attack against Happyfrog, but it looks like Voices is going to move across. He is going to try and move into Happy's side of the map, but he's going to stim, run back across, because he has actually seen all of these forces moving across. He's got like a scouting factory moving around the base here. It looks like Happyfrog's going to do another one of these elevator drops here with the medevacs. He's just going to, he doesn't care, he's just going to drop these units. He's actually going to, for some reason, he's going to drop them on the cliff edge, so half of them are actually going to fall out over the side. I hope they have parachutes, but there's a bit of a failed attack there by Happyfrog.